Tartle is the story of a murder in the small Irish village of Letterkenny and of how it is investigated by a detective from Dublin and a police officer from the village. That is the main plot, but the word turtle hides something much more profound.
Tartle is a Scottish word which means speaking with someone whose name you don't remember, and that's exactly what happens in this film. Everybody believes to know each other, but the truth is that they know nothing and anyone could be the murderer.
Tartle is reinterpretation of a Scotic expression. I was living in the Highlands of Scotland for 7 years, so I could understand the meaning of the word. When Kenneth asked me to join the film, and he explained me the vision that he gave to this word, I said, wow, this is very good. Rory is a detective who during the last years was unlucky in his career. The last big case that he had was the murder of his wife, and the fact that he could not catch the responsible yet is killing him within. When he arrives in Letterkenny from Dublin, the first case that he has remembers him the murder of his wife, so he's decided to solve the case. He started his career very enthusiastic, but with his wife's murder, he began more and more an awful detective. But the good thing is that the case of Letterkenny helps him to reconnect with his job and to recover the passion of being a detective. He starts to enjoy again the field work, the tension, and he cannot wait to catch the responsible of the death of Mr. Adams.
Hello, you must be Mr. Donovan. I'm Jefferson.
Nice to meet you. What do we have?
Mr. Adams, he was killed last night with a robber.
Officer Sarah is part of a family who were enemies of the Adams, a family who just recently lost a member, James Adams. Her and Rory investigate the crime in which she is indirectly accused of the death of James Adams because she, as well as her family, did not get along with the Adams. She did not develop her qualities as a police officer because of the rivalry of the families, and her attitude towards the film is disregard, and through the film she does not act like a police officer, but she acts just as a neighbor of Letterkenny.
What can you tell me about Sally?
That is something I prefer not to talk about.
Well, according to these papers, she was your niece. And she was knocked down by Mr. Adams. So that implies...
Implies what? What are you trying to say?
Antoinette Adams is James' stepmother, and in fact she plays the typical stepmother's role. She's mean, she married her husband for money, and he's jealous of his son. Mr. Adams died of a heart attack unexpectedly, and even if she had married him for money, he was her only friend in the town. Antoinette had arrived at Letterkenny seeking for a job, and while he was doing that, she met Thomas, a man with money, easy to trick, but he has an ugly disadvantage: his soul. James Adams never accepted Antoinette as his father's wife. Her mother died years ago, and now the death of his father was again a hard knock for him. Also, the death of his father implied more things, the distribution of the inheritance. James's appearance was the only way Antoinette had to get back part of his husband's money. The woman has the right profile to be the mother of his husband's son, but this is something that the facts of the film will tell us.
Helen is Jay's wife. She had been living with him and his mother in their house for a long time. At the beginning, everything was good, but over the years, and especially in the last few months, she becomes a bit distrustful due to some rumors that she hears in the little village. Despite of being a humble and kind person, because of some facts that will be seen on the film, her behavior will change and she will start doing things that in another situation she will not do. Moreover, as the victim of the crime was her husband, the community of neighbors will start to think that she is related to his death, but anyway, that is something that the audience will have to discover.
Michael is the priest of Letterkenny. He's so enigmatic and is always between the dualism of religion and sexuality. He's homosexual. And his friend is James Adams. Their friendship will experiment so many ups and downs. And also he has a dark past, which becomes during the movie progress. And he can hear the confessions of the people of Letterkenny, and he will use this information to achieve his purpose.
Well, Mary is a woman with a really tough background. She has no relatives in the village, and everybody knows she has been a prostitute. And even though she has managed to get out of it and start to work as a waitress, everybody looks down on her. Although many men who visit her bar have paid for her services at the time, which is really hypocritical. She has learned to be independent because she needs to. She has literally no one in Letterkenny, except James Adams. Their relationship is passionate and risky because they both have a lot to lose in a society in which everybody knows each other, but she's especially vulnerable. And this vulnerability is shown at its best when she relies on religion, on the priest Michael, to relieve herself of the burden of having been raped and impregnated one night by James Adams without being able to say anything.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
She is like a trapped animal, and what animals can do under pressure will have to be proved during the film.
Briefly, she's a badass lady that has to deal with a group of idiots in order to get some money. Not so summarized, right? Okay. She's a frivolous businesswoman, and she is elegant, cool-hearted, ironic, and also a very manipulative person. But she's also really intelligent and persuasive, and she will try to convince by all means James Adams' wife, Helen, to join her by assuring her that the sale of the lands will report great benefits to both parts. And to persuade her, apart from mentioning the profits, she also tries to manipulate her sentimentally by saying that her husband doesn't deserve her and that it's time to face him and show him who actually is Miss Adams. And obviously her cold personality and her interest in the lands of James Adams makes her one of the main suspects.
Well, I'm not one of those people who likes to waste time, so going to the subject. You only have two options. Join me or to become my